municipality assumed, because it says it's up to municipal standards, we assumed them. So it really is, according to this, an asphalt road. And I guess what I would like to say, just from what I've heard, and I spoke with the chair of the Southcott board this morning, here's their frustration. Since the municipality has had this agreement, in the last, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years, this road has been attempted to be remediated no less than 3 times. The 2 slurry seals and now the tar and chip. And had that road been remediated to its asphalt, high asphalt bituminous standard, whatever it is, originally, it would probably have another 10 years on it, and would probably cost around the same amount as what we have already paid for it. So I guess for me this is a matter of principle. This particular community doesn't ask for anything from this municipality other than this road agreement, which the municipality willingly entered into. So I look at a community that has its own clubhouse, its own recreational facilities, its own beach, doesn't ask for anything. There's one thing that means an awful lot to a lot of the area of Ward 2, and in particular Southcott Pines, and that's their infrastructure, roads in particular. And there have been so many complaints. We've even had a former member of council who attends these council meetings speak passionately about Lakeview Avenue. I couldn't agree with her more. The complaints keep rolling in about the uneven surface, the washboarding. I'm glad you've got the pooling, the puddling. Sherwood, right now, you always have a hockey game on, so I'm glad that's already addressed in the budget. But on the repaving of this and doing it properly, this is a concern to these people. That the property tax base up there is such that we can't let it go. And part of the attraction to that area, because this is a multi-purpose road that's used for bicycling and jogging and walking and pushing strollers and everything else, because of the condition of what happened with the tar and chip, we're not, laying blame here or anything else. But for me, both Vance and Lakeview, it's a matter of principle. We have to make this right. And we learned from it. We now have a roads policy as a result of it. But I think for a community that gives an awful lot back to this municipality and doesn't ask for much other than just restore our road to what it originally was. That's all they're asking. We've had 3 kicks at the can on this thing. It's been worse than it's ever been. So that's all they're asking, and so that's what I wanted to say today, that I hope this council will do the right thing and put these 2 road repairs back into the budget. And as Councillor McCray indicated in December 2012, restore the confidence of the people and the trust of the people that this governing body will do the right thing.
Councillor Scott?
Through you to Brent. Brent, can you give us, like you said, 115,000 you were comfortable with Lakeview? What would be the figure for Vance?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, that is the figure for Vance. Vance wasn't projected out in the capital plan, so I believe Janet had just pulled it from my old report, so that would be the number. And just a note to council, and not to, I guess, present the facts. If both of these go in, then I think your council would seriously need to consider cutting some projects from the budget, because this would, these 2 would have a cut, would basically deplete our reserve.
Councillor Scott?
Is there any way that we would be able to do one in 2014 and do the second one in 2015, but have it on the books as moving forward? Like, again, split, like between the 2, that's well over $300,000. Is there any way we could, do one and then do the other? Like, I mean, is the surface that's there now, if we wait a year, will that surface still be as good as it is now, so that we can do whatever it is we have to do, whether we do that scraping up thing and pour over or whatever we do? Are they in that good a condition that 1 year would not make a difference, but it could be put into the budget for that year?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, I'm going to present this completely from a technical standpoint, no political or feelings or anything like that. From a condition perspective, there's no need to resurface either road. From a condition perspective, both are safe, both are passable, and under normal circumstances, neither would warrant to be resurfaced, purely from a technical standpoint.
So it could wait a year then?
Yes, technically, yes.
Okay. Councillor McCray?
The last time I spoke to you, Brent, about this, we discussed maybe we can sit through the summer to see if it's better. Was it inspected in the fall, and has it improved as far as the loose gravel?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, we did inspect it in the fall, and yes, we do believe it did tighten up as we expected it would. We swept it in, I believe, late August or early September. There's always going to be a bit of flake away, but from a condition standpoint, it's a tar and chip road, and it reflects what a tar and chip road should be.
Councilor Russell.
Through you, Mr. Mayor, to Brent, I think you were correct in what you said there. From a technical point of view, that's what you've been presenting to us as a technical, and I think it really is. It's a political issue. The reality of the situation, I was part of the original agreement with that association, and the fact is we took over paved roads. So what we did is we changed here at council a standard of a road and didn't replace it like we had in the villages. So it's become a political issue. So it's the point where if you're going to do it, you're going to redo it, and that's the paving cost, right? That's what we're looking at here, 115, and then that's paving. One lift.
Mr. Mayor, yes, that's
Is that one lift paving?
That's a mill with one lift of asphalt.
One mill. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Okay, thank you.
Deputy Mayor Day.
Yes, through you, Mr. Mayor, to Brent, too. With regards to these two projects, having driven down to myself and having heard a lot of complaints from people, it isn't ideal, and I know we had to change our policy because it was deficient in some way to make sure that the contractors did it properly, and it's all unfortunate. But just wondering, if we delay the Donald Street project at $379,000, would you have a greater comfort level in addressing these issues on Vance and Lakeview Ave? Obviously, they have to both be done because it's the same problem in both, and you can't say we'll do one and not the other. And would you be comfortable with that?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, my preference would be to come back to probably the next budget meeting with a more fulsome report on McDonald work and talk about where it really is with a priority from a stormwater perspective, and then to give council some more information so you can equally weigh both projects, or I guess all three projects.
Okay. Councilor Bonston.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. I just want to be clear here. Levis Paving from Clinton, who did the original paving job in South Cod, made it very clear. They put down an asphalt, high bituminous asphalt surface. We, the municipality, we, not they, we were the ones that altered that standard. And now we're saying, well, because maybe there's not enough money, we don't have it. So yes, Councillor Russell, to a degree it's political, but it's also the fair thing to do. We altered the standard. We went in and then we putzed around for 6-7 years doing band-aid approaches while these people in good faith paid their taxes and said, we entered into an agreement here that said, imitate road. So I guess, I don't want to get into morals here, but I think we have an obligation to make it right. Whether is it passable for a vehicle? Is it safe for a vehicle? Yeah, other than the puddling, I guess the washboarding, it's maybe not as comfortable as a paved road, but it's more than that. This is a multi-purpose road, just as Vance is. It's used for bicycling and jogging. People are complaining about loose gravel with bicycles. It's a safety issue. So I'm just saying yes, from a vehicular technical standpoint, absolutely. I could probably drive over Farmers Field and say it's safe. I'm saying from a principled viewpoint, from a safety issue, from the people who use it, we're talking, I think, with 1,100 cars a day. 1,100 cars a day. Vance is, I think, around 79, but still, people are using it. We need to walk our talk. We talked about 4 values in here 2 years ago when Councillor Underwood led a discussion. We talked about integrity, respect, caring, and wisdom. And so to me, I'm just saying walk the talk. If we tried something and it didn't work, let's fix it. And if it means something else that is a want, not a need, gets put down, or we dip into reserve, we learn our lesson. Let's do it right and be done with it. That's my opinion.
Deputy Mayor Day.
Yes, through you. Just in Rent's defense and to the staff's defense, I think we as a municipality have the prerogative to make a policy that says that we'll try to elongate the length and the life of a road by tar and chipping it until it has to be reconstructed. And we aren't going to have a different standard for Silcott Pines than the rest of municipalities.